Good evening, honorable members. Apologies for the glitch. I was on the morning link.
It looks like we're missing a chair.
He's joining now, Honorable Block.
Thank you,
There
Jean.
she is. There she is. Chair?
Hi, evening, colleagues, honorable members. Am I audible too?
Yes, Chair, you are. But there's a bit of an echo.
Okay.
There's
Yeah,
a
I'm at the
background
airport,
noise.
unfortunately.
Yeah. Mm.
Can tell mute and Marcus, can they mute because their mics are on? Temba, can you mute, Honorable Temba? Is it fine now,
Yeah, I
Tim?
muted them, Chair. You're much better.
Is it fine now?
Yeah, much better, Chair.
Yes. Okay, apologies for that. Honorable members, good evening. I am not going to do any opening remarks as we had a meeting early this morning. Honorable members, we will just go to our agenda. Chi, can you flag our agenda? Chi?
Yes, Chair, I'm going to flight it.
Okay. But I think members, they do have the agenda in front of them. Whilst we are trying to flight its key, let me welcome all of you in this meeting in this evening. Our agenda item is
recording in progress.
Is as follows. We have opening remarks, and I've already indicated that I am not going to do any remarks because we had a meeting this morning and I've done the opening remarks. We have an item for apologies and adoption of the agenda. Item number 2 will be consideration and adoption of the draft committee report on vote number 32, consideration and adoption of the previous minutes, and then adjournment. Members, I have an apology for myself. I am at the airport in Gqeberha. I will be boarding at 18:25, but I will request that Makasi continue with the meeting, but I will log in up until the flight leaves. Is there any apology, Kay? Any other apology?
No apology from my side, Chair. Thanks.
Okay, so we are all okay. I see that there are. Do we meet the quorum, Chief? Because I see that there are other members who have not joined from the EFF. I don't see Honorable Manaka and Honorable Poston, but I see the majority of us who are in the meeting.
Chair, we do
Can
meet
I
the
then move,
quorum, but I
Honorables,
can
can I
just
then move for the,
call them.
okay,
Sorry,
no,
Chair.
it's fine. You can just call them, remind them that you can remind them that we are continuing with the meeting. It started already.
Yeah.
Just remind them.
All
But
right,
we
Chair.
can continue, honorable members. We can continue. Can we then move for the adoption of the agenda? Am I audible, honorable members?
Yes, you are, Chair. My hand is up.
Okay. Oh, Honorable De Block, followed by Honorable Beach.
Thanks, Chair. I'll move to adopt the agenda. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable De Block. Honorable Beach.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I second the adoption of the agenda. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Beach. We'll then move to our item, consideration and adoption of the draft report on vote 2G. Can you take us through? But I would like to propose, honorable members, that we go to observations and recommendations, because I think that members have managed to go through the report. But if there's anything that you would like to clarity or to input on, then you can just raise that. But I would propose that we go to recommendations, honorable members, if that is acceptable. Are you? Okay. I don't think this hand is up. Honorable De Block.
Yes, thanks, Chair. I'm happy to support your suggestion that we take the report as read. When you're ready to take some inputs, I do have some. I promise to be a lot more brief than this morning.
Okay, thank you. Okay, noted. Okay, can you then go to the recommendations of the report? Then I will take hands after that. Anja or Chilega, can you slide the report and then go to the recommendations?
Yes, Chair, we are on page 20.
Oh, why is it not showing here? Okay, it's not showing. Yeah, okay, now it's done. Can you just go through the recommendations and then I will allow the members after to raise their input?
All right. Good evening, Chair and members. The recommendations are split into three: one for the portfolio committee, the other one's for the department, and the other for the entities. For the portfolio committee, it's the recommendation for a briefing by the NPA to understand their support in driving environmental enforcement or supporting environmental enforcement outcomes. And this was proposed to be held in the next term. And the next one was for an oversight visit to the Timbadola operations of SAFCOL. And the last one is to do with the joint meeting with Public Works on the proclaimed harbors. Then I don't know whether you want me to go through all of them, Chair, or we just deal with that page.
Yes, Chancellor, please run through them.
Run through them, Chancellor.
Okay, so relating or specific to the department is that they should provide in writing the outcomes on the dockets handed over to the NPA in the 6th administration target that they plan every year to hand over dockets. So I think the interest for the committee is knowing what then after handing over. And the other one had to do with the clarity on the Leidenberg trout farm, that the the committee was requiring more details on. And I believe this one was handled with Honorable Temba, I think a follow-up. And then the other one is relating to the details on the alignment around our participation in the Antarctica or the Antarctic Treaty. This was supposed to be in writing. And the last one is on the funding of the fire protection associations, which all of them were due to be submitted to the committee by the 19th of May. And for the entities, SANParks was to submit written details on efforts to improve bookings in the parks that do not have overnight facilities. And then the other one is specific to the weather service on the details around climate change indicators, such as greenhouse gas data that they are collecting. The last one relating to the Marine Living Resources Fund is the details on the supported small-scale fishing cooperatives and their localities. And the deadline for this one is the 8th of July. Chair.
Yes, Chancellor.
Was I audible?
Yes, you are audible, Chancellor.
Okay. Yeah, those
Yeah.
the summarized recommendations, Chair.
Thank you, Chancellor. Honorable members, those are the recommendations. I'm going to note hands for those who would like to get some clarification questions or who would like to make input. I'm noting hands, honorable members. Honorable Diplo.
Thank you, Chair. I have a number of small grammatical and typo suggestions, which I can perhaps send through to the Secretary separately, unless you want me to run through them now. I have one question of clarity just in 7.3 in the recommendations, if you can scroll down, where it says to increase bookings. SANParks is to submit written details on efforts to enhance bookings at parks that do not have overnight facilities. What kind of bookings? Are they booking visitor experiences, or if there's no overnight facilities, what was intended to be booked? Just some clarity there. Thank you. And then you'll advise me on the small changes.
Okay, can you just, you can also talk on the small changes on our blog. From my
Okay.
side, on steps before they move, they scroll up before 7.3 on this bullet point of the MLRF, it says the report was due by 8th of July. Can we just correct that and say report is due by the 8th of July? Because we are still in June, not in July. Yes. Thank you, Honorable Kiplok. Which small, I see the hand of Honorable Peach as well, but Honorable Kiplok, can you just quickly go through the...
Very quickly, on page 10, for whoever is controlling the presentation, if we can just scroll there, where it says Antarctica Treaty, it should say Antarctic Treaty Act. It's actually the legislation, it's not the treaty itself. It's section 5, page 10. It's at the bottom of page 10, I believe. I've perhaps got the page number wrong, but the Antarctica Treaty is spelled out twice, and it should be Antarctic Treaty Act. Perhaps you could just do a search function and replace. Then on page 13, in section 5.5, it says that SANBI, there it says Antarctica Treaty, there we go. 5.5, page 13, it says that SANBI has a reduced budget year on year. However, on page 9, it says SANBI has an increased budget. So we just need to be consistent with the facts. If the A team can go and just double check whether that was an increase or a decrease, because we can't say both in the same report. Just to make a note of that. On page 16, section 5.9. Can I carry on? Am I moving too fast,
Yes,
Nhlanhla?
you can carry
Oh,
on.
yeah,
but I think
just that I need to
they are
make notes
also
on the
noting.
side.
Okay, that's fine. As long as you're making notes, I'm very happy. Page 16, 5.9, it says that the fisheries budget is only cited in nominal increased terms. Yet for all the other programs, we had the inflation adjusted decreases, which would help for consistency and also to help support the statement later on in the same paragraph where it says budget reduction. So it did nominally increase, but when you factor for inflation, it went down. That was done for all the other programs, but not fisheries. On that same page, it says support for these initiatives will depend on funding, necessitating public-private partnerships with other government departments. Public-private partnerships can't be between two different departments. So I think if we just take out with other government departments, that sentence does make sense. I'm not sure if that was just a typo. So it'll be necessitating public-private partnerships for small-scale fisheries success, which I think was the intended meaning of that sentence. I've got 3 more very small ones. 6.4, section 6.4, it says Wildlife Trust. The proper name for that NGO is Wild Trust, not Wildlife Trust, and it's spelt in all capital letters. On page 21, section 7.2.6, again, the same issue with Antarctica Treaty instead of Antarctic Treaty Act. And my absolute last point.
7.2.6 or 7
Yeah.
point?
7.2.6 on page 21. It's the last page in the recommendations. It can't be 7.2.6. Where it says Antarctic Treaty. There we go. In 7.2.3, apologies. It should be Antarctic Treaty Act. And then my last one is in 7.3. I don't know why we abandoned the numbering system that was in 7.1 and 7.2, but perhaps that should just be consistent. And that's it from me. Thank you so much, Chair, and the team that put this together. It's an excellent report.
Thank you, Honorable Diplok. Honorable Pitch.
Thanks, Chair. Chair, I just had a query regarding the budget transfers to entities. It gives an indication for a transfer to the National Regulator for Compulsory Specifications. And while I'm well aware that they are responsible for various environmental regulations, we just give an indication, would this not be part of a operational cost? I just get some clarity in that regard. Thank you.
Answer. Can you respond to that? What Honorable Pitch has raised?
All right, Chair. Just want the right wording from Treasury here. I'll be on it now. There is an explanation from. So one of the things that happened, Chair, is that when the committee was processing this budget, it was already changing the actual figures because they were already negotiating with Treasury. So there's some discrepancies between what the department tabled earlier in the year and what they presented when we were doing during the revisions. including the entities, and also what Treasury has on their books between the February, let's just call it February, March, April budget and the June one. So some of these figures are changing a little bit, which was also a bit puzzling because at some point I was no longer sure which one is the department using, the ones after their negotiations with Treasury or the original ones, because they are not matching. And the one on the, just 1 second, Chair. Okay, I'm not sure whether, because I'm running a little bit fast, there was a note on the explanation for the transfer, but it's more of a standard transfer, if I may call it that. It's one of, not standard, it's a standing expenditure from the department to the entities.
Honorable Pitch, Danta, are you done? I still see the hand of Honorable Pitch is up. Do you want to say something, Honorable Pitch, on what you have raised? Or it's a legacy hand?
No, Chair, it's still a legacy hand, but I don't think Nhlanhla has really answered me yet. Yeah, I'm not quite covered yet. Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, I will find it, Chair. I read past it. Maybe if we can go to something else for now, Chair, while I'm trying to scroll here the details.
The details, okay. Okay, it's fine. Honorable members, is there anyone who wants to raise something? I don't see any hands. Okay, except this one of Honorable Fish that Nhlanhla is looking at.
Chair, if I may,
yes.
look, if Nhlanhla indicates to me that that it's a recommendation from Treasury, I'm well aware that the regulator is obviously an entity from trade and industry, but is responsible for various regulations from different departments. And if this is one of the funding mechanisms that Treasury has now indicated, then I'm quite happy to accept it as such. And I'd like him to maybe just furnish me with that with those notes from Treasury. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, that one will be done on the side. Nhlanhla, you captured that?
All right, Chair.
Oh, okay. No, it's fine then. I do not see any hands from honorable members. I take that we are all happy with the reports, and then there's this outstanding clarification that you will do to honorable Beach on the side. Just want to check our agenda. Okay. Can we then move for the adoption of this draft committee report on budget vote on vote number 32? Members, can I note hands? Honorable de Block.
I'll happily move to adopt the report. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable de Block. Honorable Makasi.
And with the issues of the issues raised by Honorable Block into the report. I also second that we adopt the report and also another on the side we have alluded to Honorable Pitch. And if we can work out document that is financial out of what we discussed today in terms of all the changes and the additional words that we have. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Makasi. I take that you are seconding the adoption, but there was a bit of an echo when you were speaking. Honorable Manaka, I see your hand is up.
Yes.
You wanted to second?
No. Honorable Chair, I heard that Honorable Makasi has seconded. Kindly note the objection of the Economic Freedom Fighters.
Okay, the EFF is objecting.
Thank you.
Noted.
Thank you.
Okay, can we then, the hand of Honorable Mkiza?
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. I'm sorry, I'm still in a bus and I can't hear properly, but I would like to put an input from MK Party that we'd like to reserve our input on this because we see that the 2025 and 2026 budget for vote 32 fails to reflect the constitutional and developmental mandate for the DFFE. We therefore advocate for conditional budget approval subject to progress on a transformation and equality target. Increased allocation to biodiversity protection and environmental job creation.
Honorable Mkiza, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much. We have noted your point.
All right, thank you.
Your point. Yeah, because there's an echo, you are in the past, but you have captured your point that you reserve your comment on this budget. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That is noted. Can we then move to the last item, Honorable Marcus? Can you continue with the chairing of the meeting? We'll move now to the consideration of and adoption of the previous minutes. Honorable Kizi, can you lower your hand? Can you then move to the minutes?
Thank you, Chair and members. The minutes of the 22nd of April is just a summary of the report that we just adopted. So I'll just go through that. We were briefed by the department and the two entities, Isimangaliso and Senpi, on their APPs. This is before they were revised and retabled in Parliament. And then that is the attendance on that day. We had two apologies from Honorable Managa and Paulson. And then opening remarks were done by the chair and apologies were noted. Agenda was adopted. Just a highlight of what the department focused on. And then Isimangaliso chair also presented on that day. This is also what they highlighted on their presentation. And lastly, a South African Biodiversity Institute Sanpi chair and members. That's the highlight of their presentation. And yes, I've said that the discussions are captured in the report that we just adopted. Thank you, Chair and members. Honorable Makasi, over to you.
Thank you. Thanks, team, for the minutes. Honorable members, can you then make any deliberations or comments on the practice of the minutes or anything that you want to raise? I don't see any hands. honorable members, on that note, can we then have a mover and a seconder to adopt the minutes?
Honorable Makasi, Honorable Makasi, you are not audible. I'm sorry for interjecting. I know that you are still in the bus. Can you hear me, honorable members?
Yes,
Yes,
Chair.
Chair, we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay. I see the hand of Honorable Mkiza. Is it a legacy hand, Honorable Mkiza, or it's a new hand?
Sorry, it's a legacy hand. Let me put it that.
Okay. Members, she has went through the minutes. Can we then move for the adoption of the minutes? Honorable de Block, I see your hand.
Thank you, Chair. I will move for the adoption of the minutes. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I get a second? Can I get a second, honorable members? I see the hand of Honorable Managa.
Thank you, thank you, Chair. I second the mover.
Thank you, Honorable Managa. Honorable Makasi, are you fine now to continue with the meeting? Or you are still in the bus?
I'm still in the bus, Chair.
Yeah, but you are now audible. Yeah, you are now clear. Can you continue with the meeting?
Chair, can I proceed?
Yes, please proceed.
Oh, okay. Also, this set, Chair, also talks to the report that we just adopted. It was the continuation by the entities on their APPs. On that day, Sand Parks, SOARS, and staff call presented to the committee. And then Chair, attendance by members, again, Honorable Managa and Paulson apologized. And then summary of the welcoming remarks, apologies, adoption of the agenda, presentation by Sand Parks, presentation by South African Weather Service, and what the presentations focus on, Chair and members. And then lastly, it was a staff call. And then we adopted the second term program on that day as well, Chair. And then we gendered 3. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. If there's nothing, honorable members, that is fundamental that we want to correct or change, can we adopt? Can I say yes? Honorable Pitch.
Chair, I move for the adoption of this set of minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Pitch. Any second? Honorable de Block.
Yes, Acting Chair, I will second Honorable Peach. Thank you.
Thank you. The minutes have been adopted. Anything else, Chair?
The last one, Chair, sorry, on the group, I sent the minutes of the 17th. Those are incomplete, Chair. I still need to work on them. So the last set that we are going to consider and adopt is the 10th of June. The 3rd of June's minutes were already adopted in the previous meeting. So I will flight the 10th of June when we were dealing with the Northwest on the Madikwe matter. Can I proceed, Chair?
Yes, you may.
Okay, there's my attendance, Chair. Didn't have apologies from members on that day. Opening remarks, apologies. Oh, it was only from the department, the minister and the DG. And then Mr. Walter presented the summary of the presentation, and then followed by the Northwest. And then I'll go straight to deliberations, Chair. Those were the questions that were asked by members. Members will stop me if they've got issues to raise. Responses by the NSPCA. Responses by the DEP and Parks Board. Responses by DFFE. And then those were our resolution members and Chair. Thank you.
Thanks, Jane, for those questions. Honorable members, is there anything that is picked up?
Chair, I don't know if you can see my hand. May I proceed?
No, you can proceed.
Thanks. Chileka, I have one small edit to make on
Yes.
page 4. On the third last bullet point, it says the committee also wanted to know the specific analysis or documented trials conducted by the NWPTB to determine, there's a typo on determine, and then it continues to say the ineffectiveness of non-lethal methods, especially non-contraceptive methods. I think you meant contraceptive methods, not non-contraceptive methods. So if we can just delete the non and the dash and fix that spelling error, then I'm happy. Thank you.
Then determine, yeah. Okay. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Anybody else? Anything on the minute? All right, you got that too?
Yes, Chair.
All right. Then honorable members, can you then have a mover for the minutes to adopt and a seconder? Honorable Pitch.
Thank you very much, Acting Chair. I move for the adoption of the minutes.
Thank you. And the seconder? Honorable Managa.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. I raised my hand to second the mover. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Honorable Managa. Any thing else any that we are still having here? Or was that the last set of minutes?
That was the last, Chair.
Okay, according to our agenda, are we done with the piece of the list?
Yes, Chair, we will amend the corrections that members have raised on the report and share it tonight or tomorrow morning in order for it to be published tomorrow afternoon. Then it will appear on the ATC on Thursday and the debate is on Friday. I'm just going to confirm the time and the venue for our debate. Thank you, Chair.
All right, so the meeting on Friday is in person.
I'll confirm that, Chair, and inform the members on the group.
Oh, okay. Honorable Managa, take up the hand, or do you want to raise something?
Honorable Chair?
I say I'm seeing your hand, it's the legacy hand. Or do you
No,
want to
sorry, it's the
raise
legacy hand. My apologies, Chair.
Okay.
Yes.
Honorable members,
Chair, you're muted.
Oh, sorry. I am serious and talking here in this part. I was saying, based on what he has said, we will be getting information in terms of when the meeting is gonna be in terms of the venue and the time, and then also the correction of the minutes will be done. Thank you very much for attending the meeting, and the meeting stands adjourned.
Thank you, Acting Chair.
Thank you, Acting Chair. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
colleagues.
members.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Chair Siyabonga. Bye.
Tata, what a day, yeah? Hectic,
Bye.
hectic,
Good night.
hectic.
Thank you.
Bye. Good
Bye.
night.
Recording stopped.